Hi YouTubers, it's Evan again for today's video. So I want to talk about something very interesting in our ramble right now. So I know a lot of people like these rambles. So basically I want to talk about reacting. So basically reacting is when you have a situation in your life. How do you react to situations? I did a bit about this a long time back in 2011 actually, basically regarding smoking in public, like smoking pipes in public. Tobacco pipes, and basically how people might react, and people might think, oh, you're smoking something else. But I want to talk about right now reacting to general situations in life. So basically things like concern, anger, sadness, happiness, revenge, payback, that kind of stuff. And just wondering how you guys react. So the viewers, the subscribers, how do you react? So basically, I want to talk about how I react to situations. I have my own mental health issues. I have bipolar. I have high function autism. So I react differently than the average person because I am on medication. I do have mental illness and mental health issues. So how do I react? So basically, over the years, I've had coping mechanisms, and I do react more appropriately. So back when I was a little kid, I reacted very differently. So not going to get too much into confidentiality, but you get the point. So when I was a little kid, things made me very angry, very sad. Even when I was like 17, 18, 19 years old, I reacted very different. So I try to take the situation in hand and see how big of a deal it is. So basically, for example, if I drop my ice cream cone, or burner, sorry, and it went on the ground, and it was like, okay, I wasted my ice cream. It's like, okay, that's really not a big deal. It's, $2 or $3 wasted. But am I really going to make a big deal of this? So, in general, it depends. So, obviously, if you see in your yard, like, somebody trying to break into your house, that's a big deal. You react differently. So, it depends on the level of situation. So, in general, I react differently. So, I'm not somebody who seeks revenge. I'm not somebody who seeks payback, even if somebody is mean to me. So, while I don't put up with any kind of trolling on my channel, I block and delete comments, I'm not somebody who gets back at people. So, I used to know this group of people a while back, probably about a year back or so. I'm not going to say who they are, but who are very much into revenge, payback, getting back at people, that kind of stuff. I'm not somebody like that. So, I don't care if somebody's mean to me. I don't care if somebody is rude or cruel to me. I mean, to a certain degree, it depends. So, I'm not somebody who's into payback or revenge or getting back at people for being mean to me, that kind of stuff. And I knew somebody a while back who was really like that. So, the point I make is also things like sadness. So, when my cat Tuffy died, that was really sad. And I cried, but I'm not going to, focus on that all day. So one thing I usually do is try to move on. And moving on is a good thing because once you move on, you say, okay, is it really worth, dwelling on this, thinking about this all day? That's something I used to do when I was like 18, 19 years old. That's very common. People who have autism, people who have mental health issues in general, they tend to dwell on things. So they tend to say, okay, I'm really going to focus on this. I'm really going to, dwell on this and, not move on. And I'm somebody who tries to move on. And I'm somebody who might get a little bit upset more than the average person, but I try to move on. And that's the point. Also, happiness in general. Things that are happy in general. I react good, but not too overly dramatic. So, dramatic. If somebody said, Evan, or Smoking Essie, would you like to go out to dinner, or would you like to get a nice big-ass cigar for life? I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm not going to, get all, hyped up and manic. So you get the point. Also things like, concern, is it really worth being worried about, okay, is this valid to be worried about versus is it not valid? Because, for example, my photo ID expires in a couple months. I'm going to be renewing it or getting a new ID. It's like, do I really want to be dwelling on that, thinking about that? Because even though it's very important because it's my photo ID to buy tobacco products and alcohol, is it really worth worrying about? So I think it will all work out in the end. So everything is making sure things work out. So anyway, give your thoughts, Big Ass Cigar for Life. Bye. Big Ass Cigar for Life.